Hey guys, so today's video I'm back in nature, so I apologize for any random sounds, the air conditioning unit, but I'm really excited to be back here today with a nugget of wisdom for you and some inspiration and motivation to get you through your day, your week, your month, maybe your whole year. It's just something that I've learned that I think is really important, and sometimes even if you know this information, it's really good to remind yourself as well, because some days you just feel heavy or you feel ugh, or you feel like, oh my gosh, why are these things happening to me? So it's good to keep in perspective. So the lesson I want to share with you today is what is meant for you won't miss you. Now, some of you probably heard that expression, and if you haven't, excuse me, if you haven't, it's a really cool one to keep in your back pocket for those days where you think, oh my gosh, why aren't things working out? Maybe in a job, in a relationship, with a family member, with a coworker, whatever it is. Or maybe you're just feeling as though you want something really badly and you just can't seem to achieve it. It's good to remember that what's meant to be ultimately will be. It won't miss you. So the first point I want to make today is about attachment. Sometimes I think we get so attached to something, an idea, a person, a story, even a narrative we tell ourselves, which is amazing that we even have that much power that we can shift the story, shift the narrative, and turn it into something beautiful and find relief. So sometimes I think we're attached. We're just so attached. Like we want maybe a dream, for example. Like me, I've had dreams in the past where I wanted to be some big successful something or another, like an actress, and I'm just holding on so hard that even when it's not working out, it's almost more painful than just letting the dream go. Not to say to give up, but sometimes you know intuitively when it's time to let go. And a good analogy for that it's more painful sometimes to hold on than to let go, is if you think about holding tightly to something like a rope, for example. If there was a rope around my hands and I was just clinging on, it's eventually going to be very painful and cause me to blister and bleed and bruise. And it would just cause so much relief if I would just release it and let it go and trust. And that's my second point, is to trust. Trust in God. If you believe there's a higher power, if you call it something else like source or universe, trust it. Trust that this life journey is happening for you, not just to you, but it's actually supporting you, and it has a purpose for you, and it's sort of guiding you down the river of life. And there's like little logs and bumps, and it's not always a smooth journey, but it's taking you somewhere ultimately. And you have to trust that, gosh, if this thing, if it's a job, if it's a relationship, whatever it is, if it's for me, I will have it ultimately because it's made for me, it's meant for me. So I don't have to worry. And yeah, you can put in the work. So let's say if it's a job, for example, that you really want a dream career, it's not that you just want to sit and imagine it's happening without putting any work in, but it's also being realistic and saying, okay, if it gets to the point where this is just unbearable and painful and I'm obviously just so attached to this thing and I won't let go, you have to kind of remind yourself, well, if I do let go, it'll come back around in some form or fashion. So that's the other thing I want to say, is that sometimes you let go of something and something better is right around the corner. And so sometimes you have to remember, it's easy to get caught up in thinking, oh, I know what's best for myself, I know what I want, I know what I need. And a lot of times, yeah, we have a pretty good idea, but I think there's something bigger than us that created us that knows even better than us, right? So it's good to trust when those things don't work out, that there's probably something better for you in the end. I don't know about you, but I've had that happen many times, especially with jobs, where I would lose a job and then I'd freak out, but then only to have something even better come along. And I'm thinking, gosh, this is an upgrade. It's like you're kind of moving up the staircase of life. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. So you have to have faith, and you have to know that something better is around the corner, because my next point is the universe doesn't like voids. Have you noticed that? I've noticed that. If there's a void in my life, be it in my career, be it in a relationship, be it with friends, someone will come in and ultimately fill that void if it's something I'm really, truly desiring and need and want. Jobs, for example, I know when I lost my last job not too long ago, I said, you know what, I'm going to start working for myself. I'm going to start gigging, doing things that I love to do. And even though it can be kind of scary sometimes because I'm really living off of faith, it always works out. Like people call or email and say, hey, can you do this acting job for me? Or can you do this demo job for me? And hey, it's filling that void that I'm leaving because I'm having faith and I'm stepping out and I'm saying, you know what? I trust that what's meant to be will be and it won't miss me. And so my last point I want to say, thank you guys for watching, by the way, is that sometimes, even when it's painful, if, say, you're losing something, which I'm not mitigating how hard that is, by the way. I know it's super painful when you really want something and you don't get it. But sometimes it was for a season and you're meant to learn a lesson and just take that gem, that lesson, and to carry that with you into your next season. Like they say, some things are for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Sometimes it's just a reason. Sometimes you meet a certain person and you're just meant to get the information from that relationship, for example. It could be friends, family, it could be a romantic partner. But you're just meant to get the information, integrate it, move forward as a more conscious being. So sometimes it's just a lesson. And yes, lessons are painful, but that's growth is painful, right? You're breaking like a little seed. You're breaking open so that the little sprout can come out and that something greater can emerge. And sometimes it's just good to have that reminder, that perspective, because yes, life is so hard sometimes. I mean, it's so painful, especially like breakups and getting fired from jobs. It's terrible. I've experienced all of those things. I've lost friends, and I've just had things happen or things not happen that I wanted to happen. And you're just thinking, why? But sometimes you can't connect the dots until you're looking backwards, and then you realize, aha, these things had to happen for me to become the person I need to become to get to the future that I need to get to, and to get to the place where I am now. So there's always a lesson. It's really important to remember that. So hopefully, my dear friends, as you move forward into your day, you can remind yourself, no matter what you're going through, that it might be temporarily painful, it might be temporarily confusing, it might hurt, but at the end of the day, if you take the bird's eye view, bigger picture, and you just remind yourself that there is a reason for all of it, that you will be better after this, better things will be out there for you, finding you, because what's for you won't miss you. Ultimately, you can rest in that, and you can breathe deep, and you can remember that it's all going to work out the way that it should. It really will. It's wild, but this wild life journey has a way of doing that. So, 2 things for you. I have a call to action, which is today I want you to kind of think about maybe what's something that you could either let go of or let go of the idea of, or remind yourself that, hey, it hasn't missed me. It's still going to happen because it's for me. And you can put that in the comments if you want, but no pressure, you don't have to. And the second thing is kind of like audience participation. Is there something is there an experience, have you experienced this in your life where you thought something missed you, but it came around in a better form, or you were struggling to let go of something and you found out later it was just best to just let it go? So I'd love to hear from you guys. I love my audience. I appreciate you so much watching. I am a life coach. This is just what I do. If you were to have a call with me and we talk about your different things that you want to work on, it could be anything. I love encouraging people. I love helping them work towards their goals. I would give you those little nuggets of wisdom. I would listen to you with a non-judgmental, empathetic ear and hold space for you in whatever capacity you need. My email address is RebeccaPebble@yahoo.com. My website is RebeccaPebble@yahoo.com. Oh my gosh. My website is RebeccaPebble.com. I'm giving my email address again. But thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Send you so much love. All right, bye.